What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mo.J and we are locked in. I want to know what's on your TV. On mine is Queens episode 2. Now you've seen all 4 of the ladies. We just got off our biggest performance for BET since 2001. So it's been 20 years and we hit that stage and we on fire now. But before we get into this episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel and you want to be a part of it, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. We're ready for tour. But one thing we know, nothing is a fairy tale. So there is a little up and down, a little rocky, you know what I'm saying? A little mountaintops that we need to conquer before we can go on this tour and make it happen. So let's jump into it. This is Queens episode 2. 2001, San Diego. We have a flashback to the last show that the women ever did. And we're going to see why. The girls got a song, they out here spitting, but guess who comes out? They have a guest feature from our man Cameron. He came out like he's straight out of the 2000s. He got the pink mink on, it got a long tail on it. He has the big pink bandana wrapped around his head. Now, the Cameron of old would have had a jersey on, but you know, this works also. Everything's going smooth. We got Brianna up there rapping, Naomi on the hook, Jill's doing her verse, V's doing hers, but you can sense some tension between V and Naomi. Naomi starts talking. You looking at the crowd and like, man, what's going on? Is this like the 5 heartbeats where duck if we ain't gonna do nothing right? And they rip each other's outfit off and they start performing nights like this. I wish. Everyone's like, what is Naomi up there talking about? Well, Naomi feels a certain way towards V. We already seen that in the first episode. The reason that the show and the crew ended was because of these two. So it's something between them. But Naomi announces in San Diego 2001 that there is no more nasty bees. We're done. This group is over with. You got to remember this is 2001. Since Naomi storms off and they end the concert, the crowd starts throwing stuff up there. 2001 was a good time. See, back then, them tickets were $30, $40. It ain't the 50, 60, 70 that they are now. But back then, hey, we paid our hard-earned money. We throwing stuff at you. Nowadays, these artists, oh, man, they were throwing stuff at us. They spent all this money, and y'all ain't giving no refunds. They had every right to throw stuff on that stage. Back in present day, we know Brianna and her husband, Jeff, they're having their issues because she caught him cheating in their house. Now, she's saying, I'm going back on the road. I'm about to be with the girls. She had to come back, though, because Jeff has a tumor on his brain. And he's like, look, I need you here for me. I need you to help out with the kids. And she told him straight up, I'm only here to make sure you survive so we can keep, saying the kids and everything together. But other than that, I'm not forgiving you for cheating. V is on the phone with Eric, A.K.A. Fake Diddy. And what she's trying to get him to do is work harder so they can actually get this tour going together. We know she lost her job because she drugged a white lady and tried to take that spot. Man, these nasty bees are nasty. So she's telling Eric, look, work your hardest. BET was a good comeback and they can make some bread off of this because they all need it. Jill's finally came out the closet. We heard her song on the stage of BET Awards and she's just letting everybody know, I'm in love with somebody else. So her and Tina, they finally get to sleep with each other. They finally get to be together because Jill's husband has left the house. He was just, upset when he found out she didn't love him no more. While Jill and Tina are upstairs, they smell bacon. When they come down, it's her husband in here cooking and he has a proposition. He tells Jill, Tina loves you. You love Tina. I love you and I think you still love me. So why don't we all just be together and love each other? Now they have a house in Montana and they have a cabin somewhere else. My thing is Jill's saying she has love for him. She's not in love with him anymore. So what she wants to do is be with Tina. And I'm like, okay, fine. If that's what you want to do, you go live with Tina. Both of y'all get y'all butts up out of my house and go live in y'all frugal land or wherever y'all at. But this here in Montana, this is mine. I never understood that. Like, come on now. If you want to leave, then go ahead and leave. But leave all my stuff and go start over with your boo. Now, we know Lil Muffin's been having a little problem with the little stuffing. You know what I'm saying? So she's in rehab. The girls convinced her to go here so she could get the proper help that she needs, especially if they're going to go on tour. They don't want her going out there and having another OD episode. So she's here and she's kind of looking at everybody like, after I finish this, I'm going back to the balling life. Y'all gonna go back to being regular. So she doesn't want to be there. No one ever really wants to be in rehab. Let's get this out there. Naomi is a deadbeat mom. You watched the first episode like I watched the first episode. If this was a guy doing this where they're not seeing their kid in years, and then they just show up and give a gift and then dip out to go pursue some bum career, they would be having his head on social media. But that's neither here or there. Jojo plays the piano. So Naomi, she brought her a gift. You know, it's some notes that she can read over for pop songs to play because she wants to be a pianist. Cameron shows up. Cameron and Naomi haven't seen each other in years. Now he's sitting down. He didn't know that she had a daughter. So he's, okay, nice to meet you, Jojo. They go to order their food, and Jojo, she orders a hamburger with a list of things she doesn't eat on it. Cameron looks at her like, this is what you eat? And at the same time, they both say, oh, I'll take that with extra pickles. So is Cameron Jojo's dad? And Naomi just hasn't told anybody? Because at first we were thinking it was Eric. Let me know what you think. The reason Cameron popped up is because he got a hold of Naomi's little demo while she was on the road in Tennessee. And he's saying his label just gave him funding to start his own label. So what he wants to do is bring Naomi in and sign her up under him and, you know, get her name back out there. So she's like, this might be a good opportunity. And you hear Jojo say, Mom, don't pass this up. You should do this. Back in Montana, Jill, she's going to church because that's what she is. She's a Catholic girl. She's going in there, but oh no, the pastor's talking about we gotta take that sin away from us because we all heard about that nasty B performance you did. And if you're gonna be part of this church, then you can't be no nasty B. You got to be a clean woman. Can't be nasty in here. So Jill, she storms out because everybody in the congregation looking at her like, ugh, nasty B. We get a flashback to 97 where the original crew started. Naomi, Brianna, and Jill. Now you see they rocking it in the underground. They got FUBU on and they rocking it. You know what I'm saying? You got to get it in. You got to start from the bottom. V was not in the group. She was not in the original group. It was just these three. And as it looks like, they holding it down. Now, Eric, he's up there. He's trying to negotiate. He's talking to managers, agents, you know, people that have, you know, little level record execs. He ends up kicking this white guy off because he's saying, look at Professor Sex. She's hot. So he's implicating that he wants to sleep with her if I'm going to do any business. Eric is looking out for the women, so he kicks him out of here. Insert V. She shows up and she sees Eric. Now, she's asking Eric, is he messing with any of the girls? For him, he's saying, nah, it's just business. V said, this is the third time I came to see the girl. Now, they're good. They need me to take them to the next level. So she slides Eric a demo and he's looking at her like, can you rap? Can you do anything? And what she's saying is rap is going to become the biggest pop icons. So she's saying she has the look that's going to take them to the next level. She may not have the talent, but she has that look. She's implying that, you know, 3 black girls aren't going to be able to go to the next level, even though we've seen that they did because we had a lot of successful female groups. Eric gets all of the women together to play the little demo tape of V, and they're listening to it, and it's trash. Let's just be real, it's trash. She's attractive, but it's trash. And the girls, they're trying to, you know, come up with something like, you know what I'm saying? We don't really rock with that, Eric. The whole time Naomi, she's looking, she's like, okay, let me do something real quick. Let me test this girl. While they're arguing over if V is capable of being in a group, Naomi over there writing some stuff. Now she ends up writing the hook for Nasty Girl and she gives it to V and has V try to rap it. Now it sounds bad at first. I know you want to be with a nasty girl. Say it like that. Naomi's like, nah, rap that because this is going to be the biggest song ever. And it turns out it is. Naomi, she wrote the hook, gave it to V to sing, and the rest is history. Now, we're back in 2021. We need a venue. We did the BET Awards. Now we're trying to get at least one show on the ground so we can show that, hey, anybody investing in us, we can sell out things. Now, Eric goes and talks to a guy that has an arena. The thing is, the man's like, y'all had one song and y'all did one show and you want to do an arena? All right, look, if you book this arena and it doesn't sell out, you're going to owe me back money. And Eric is like, all right, look, that's exactly what I was going to do. I'll pay you back if it doesn't sell out. So that's about $500,000. When you bet on yourself, sometimes you got to risk it. Jill is talking to Tina about how everybody's bombarding her for coming out on TV. She's in Billings, Montana, so everyone's going to know, oh, okay, we have a celebrity living here. Now, this is 2021. No one cares if you come out as gay. Like, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that comes out as gay. All right, well, life still goes on. We still got bills due on the 1st. Like, we don't care. She just saying how hard it is for with everyone out here on her case like that. And Tina's just saying it's going to be rough, but you did it for you. It turns out Lil Muffin, she snuck out of her rehab and she came up to Billings. Now she's telling her, look, if you're going to go back to LA and do this tour and get away from Montana, either you take me with you or I'm going to explore the Billings nightlife. Now, Billings is the largest city in Montana. I used to work up there. I actually stayed in Billings for 4 months total. I stayed in Wolf Point, Montana also. This is back when I worked at the Department of Interior for Native Americans and I was on the reservations back and forth. But Billings is actually a little bit better than you think. It's not that big, but it's better than what you think. It's not just all white people out there and bison stuff. Cameron takes Naomi because he's trying to sign her to his label. When he goes to his label exec, the guy's like, there's no way we can sell a 40-year-old has-been rapper singing pop stuff. No one can listen to that. Now, Naomi, she's hearing this and she's thinking it's because she's black. And I'm like, man, ain't no one trying to listen to that music, period. White, black, Hispanic, we don't care. No one's trying to listen to that from no 40-year-old. Unless you can give us a hit from somebody else, which he's saying is, look, we have a pop star that was on TikTok. You write her some bars, and that'll get your name out of there. Because what he's doing is the business side, separating Naomi from the nasty bee, Professor Sex. You see what I'm saying? What he's trying to do is the business side of separating Naomi from Xplicit. You get them separate. This is the dirty rapper. This is the person that writes songs. It's just business. The surgery for Jeff is successful. They've successfully removed the tumor and he'll have chemo and he'll be rid of the cancer. Now, when he wakes up, Brianna is talking to him like, I'm not going to forgive you for cheating. He's saying, what? So we don't know if he's acting like he has short-term memory and doesn't remember cheating, or he just genuinely doesn't remember. So for her, she has to decide, is he being truthful with this or not? I think this is a good move. I cheated. Huh? What? So hey, even if he is lying, that's a good thing because there's no way to prove that he is lying. I can't remember. Everyone shows up to Brianna's house. I'm talking about the whole crew. Even Lil Muffin, she shows up. And Eric shows up also, and he has good news. All right, y'all. We said we wanted to go back on tour. I got us a location. Well, this location is back in San Diego where the group broke up 20 years ago. So no one's really wanting to go there. But at the same time, they need this money. So they're going to have to sacrifice and figure out what's going on. But they're going to have to go out to San Diego and get this money. It looks like everyone's staying the night at Brianna's house. She already has 5 kids. She has a husband that had cancer. And now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other grown people staying in this house. They must have a nice sized house. Eric and Naomi, we know they hooked up in the first episode. And Naomi's telling them, look, it was just a one-time thing. And Eric is just saying, well, you know what I'm saying? Just one time tonight, too. You know what I'm saying? One time then, one time now, different locations. It's still just one time. And Naomi's like, nah, she's just going to keep it business with him. And then B comes out. It's like, what y'all got going on out here? And he's like, oh, I'm shooting nothing. And V tells Eric, look, I got $500,000 I could scrape up. So if this venue doesn't work, if we don't sell it out, I'll put up the money. I'll help put up the money to pay back. Eric's like, whew, thank you. Because I definitely ain't had that kind of money, especially with Little Muffin in rehab. Yeah, it ain't looking too good for my pockets. We get a flashback and we're going to start seeing how things break down. Eric shows up with 4 Louis bags. Inside of each bag is $200,000 cash, which is their signing bonus. None of the women look over their contract. It's just set it down. Y'all gonna take that signing bonus or y'all want me to take it back? They like, shoot, forget this. They signed it. Listen to me careful. They signed the contract. I don't want to hear, oh, such and such is in our pockets. We ain't making what we supposed to make. You're making exactly what you signed on to make. Remember that. Read your contracts. Even if it's something from your bank, at work, read it. When you don't read it, I won't say that's how you get taken advantage of, because if you're capable of reading, that's your job to read it. You ain't supposed to just sign anything. But shoot, $200,000 cash. I could take that 200,000 on some real stuff. I could make that thing last for at least 10 to 20 years. At this point, V and Eric, they're looking at each other and you're like, man, something might be up. Because they called each other babe when he sat down and gave the money. And she's looking at the money like, yeah, this is just the beginning for us. Remember this moment, y'all. Queens against the world. Nothing can break us up. You remember Nasty Bees? They were on MTV Cribs. Well, we get to see the behind the scenes, and it wasn't as happy as they made it seem. The first time they come out, we're the Nasty Bees, and this is our career. The director's like, hey, cut, man. What is this shit? Come on, y'all. Show some enthusiasm. So they go and redo it. We're the Nasty Bees. Welcome to our MTV Crib. So they were already falling apart when all of this was getting recorded. After they finish recording, everyone goes off and goes their separate ways. Brianna goes off, V goes with Eric, and they get in a Rolls Royce. And you hear Jill say, why am I still driving a Corolla? And she's over here in the Rolls. Like, hey, should have read your contract. What you do with your 200,000? Don't worry about what other people are doing with their money. What you do with your money? Now, if this was 2021, how Jill goes off on this innocent woman that just said, hey, it's a pleasure working with you. Hey, I just like to know if I'd be able to take you out. This lady hands Jill her number and Jill gets upset. What are you doing? I don't like girls. Are you gay? Get out of here. This homophobic rant in 2021, Jill would have been canceled. But this is 2001 and it's all right when women do it, I guess. Now y'all see how men are. Hey, ma'am, I just like to, get to know you. Can I take you out? Can I ask you for your number? Get out of here. Hey, all I was doing was asking for your number, sweetheart. All you had to do was tell me no. Now, present day, little Muffin, she's young. She got money. She's into the nightlife. She's trying to sneak out of the house and she jumps out of the second floor window and she ends up hurting herself and cutting herself up. Now, Jill's been the one that took her up under her wing because they've been through the same situation when it comes to the drugs and the nightlife. And Jill's trying to tell her, you could go to the club, but what's going to happen? You're going to have one drink and that's going to turn into another drink. So it really isn't worth it. You really need to get some help. That's the best thing for you because I've been down that road. And that's really the truth. You got to go get help. If you see yourself starting to drink or use drugs a lot, I mean, it's going to be hard to stop cold turkey. But if you have people there to help you, it'll make it easier. Eric is trying to convince Brianna to come. Well, not really convince her, but trying to help her with the decision of staying with Jeff and helping him or getting back on the road and, being a nasty girl. And she does give him a little analogy about Naked and Afraid. I like watching that on the Discovery Channel. I wanted to get on there once, but I didn't get accepted. And she's saying how the guy, he thought he knew what he was doing. And he took a live snake. It was called a newt. It's poisonous snake. Now you have to kill it for the venom to stop. But what he did was he bit the head off of it to show the girls that he was strong and ready to take on what was, the task ahead. Unfortunately, he got airlifted out. So what she's saying is she's ready for it, but everything isn't in place correctly for her to make it through it. So Eric is saying, hey, whatever you decide, I'm gonna support you on that. Flashback, Eric and Naomi. We're seeing how these two, they end up breaking up. Eric, we know he's been messing with V. Also, he's been messing with Naomi. Now, she's asking him, are you still messing with her? And he's like, what difference does it make? You and I was trying to be with you and you were hiding my relationship. And the reason she did that is for business, because she doesn't want people thinking she only slept with Eric. And that's how her lyrics are getting up there. So she's been hiding Eric the whole time. And Eric is like, I wanted to be in a relationship, but you were hiding me. So Naomi, not only is she a deadbeat, she's over here hiding Eric and she wants him to stay just hidden with her and not go live his life. So she's only doing things that benefit her. If she'll do it to her daughter, she'll definitely do it to an older man. So she gets upset that he says, I'm still messing with V. You can't be mad at that. He wanted to be with you. You said no because you didn't want people to think certain things. So he went on with his life. And if you came over to give him some sex, that's on you, Miss Xplicit. I'm not going to deny some sex if it shows up, especially if I'm single. Naomi calls her daughter. And you remember she gave her some music earlier when they were at the cafe with Cameron. Her daughter starts playing wrecking ball. And this is while Naomi is explaining to her that she didn't get the job. Well, I won't say the job. She didn't get signed just because of her age. And she's saying it's a black woman singing this music. But like I said, no one wants to hear that music. Whether you're black, white, I'm not trying to hear that music. We want to hear explicit lyrics. That's what we want to hear. Now she's telling her daughter this, and her daughter's saying, Mom, you need to follow your dream. Because if I see you do this, then what do you think I'm going to do? So she's like, you know what? You're right. Naomi goes over to the executive's house and she starts singing Record Ball while her daughter is playing the piano in the background. She's out there singing her heart out. I came in like a wrecking ball. Now, if I'm a neighbor, I'm like, hey, shut that shit up. I paid $10 million for this house not to have a motherfucker out front singing. She's out here singing and stuff. People are walking by. I'm like, hey, bro, cut that out, man. It's about 8, 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. I normally don't call the police, but I've upgraded my lifestyle to actually my house is $12 million, but you know how it is. There's a girl outside singing. Can y'all send a patrol car over to stop this? They got Jojo over here acting like she playing the piano. I'm like, man, get the hell out of here. But she jamming out though. The guy tells Naomi, you know what? You did a hell of a job. Come into the office tomorrow. Now, when she gets there, this contract, and he's telling her exactly what's in the contract. All right, if we sign Naomi, you can't perform with the nasty bees no more. And she's like, what? And he said, hey, it's business. I'm separating Naomi from Xplicit and nasty bee. If you want to be marketable, then hey, they'll know about Xplicit, but you're not going to do any of that explicit stuff no more. We're going to pop over here. So Naomi's thinking, I can't let the girls down. Back at rehearsals, we got to get right because we got our big show, our big coming back show. Now, everyone over there is giving high energy. And Naomi's talking about maybe we shouldn't do this, girls. You know, maybe let's not try to get back something we didn't have. And the reason she's doing this is because she has a solo contract, you know. So she's like, I can't really perform with y'all. I'm going to mess up my individual thing. Flashback to when the group broke up. Now, after Naomi left the stage, they all go in the back. Jill, she's sitting on the ground. She's like, oh, man, you know what? Y'all arguing about nothing. Brianna the same. She's chilling. V's next to Eric. And now Naomi is upset because they're looking at their contracts that they haven't even got to see since they signed the contract. So they're talking about, we want to see our contracts. V saying, nah, we don't need to look at that. Well, it turns out V and Eric, they got all the publishing and everything. They got that $200,000 and pennies on the dollar. Well, they didn't read their contracts. So unfortunately, that's on y'all. Y'all talking about we want to see the contracts. You should have seen the contracts when you signed the contract. But they not letting them see it. And Eric and V, this is why they riding around in all the nice whips, because they getting all the money. Well, back in 2021, it's almost showtime. All the girls are getting ready, but guess who isn't here? Naomi. And they are upset. You hear Brianna say, I'm going out there without her. I don't give a damn. I'm getting this money. Naomi shows up last minute. So the girls, we back at it. Looks like she ain't signed that contract. Cameron on Naomi's door. You want to talk to me about Jojo's dad? Naomi's looking like, he's like, it's me, isn't it? So not only is Naomi a deadbeat mom, she wanted her cake and eat it too with Eric. She hid Jojo away from her dad, so he never got the experiences. This not only hurts the daughter, but it also hurts the father who probably wanted to be there. And we see this a lot. They don't know who their baby daddy is, or they hide because they want someone else to be the baby father. And it just damages everybody. There you go. Episode 2 of Queens. Did you think that Cameron was going to be the father of Jojo? At first, I thought it was going to be Eric, but now we're figuring out it might be Cameron. And also, how long do you think this tour is going to last before they start clashing heads again? Let me know what you think. I'm Mo.J. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.